What if I told you that you don't actually have money blocks? You don't have money blocks. You have a self-punishment pattern that is designed to make sure that money never feels safe to hold or spend or grow or even enjoy. If you've ever made a big investment or checked your bank account or heard how much you spent on something and immediately felt sick about it, or maybe even broke down a little bit, like you did something wrong and that the world was coming to an end, even when it was something you wanted, this reaction isn't about money. It's about the deep subconscious belief that you have that makes you feel like you're getting away with something every time you allow yourself to want more. This is linked to the good girl identity whose greatest fear is to be told that she is bad or wrong in some way. And that relationship with money or that relationship with more and the pleasure that it amplifies in your life makes you feel like a bad girl. This is why all of you kinky bitches need to take that shit and keep it in the bedroom, just like I do, okay? Keep your good girl kink in the bedroom. Because if this belief is running in the background, doesn't matter how much you manifest or affirm or strategize. You're always going to find a way to sabotage it, to justify or guilt yourself out of more. And there is great news here, okay? You can change this now, and it's way simpler than you think. Way simpler. We shift from I'm a bad girl to I'm a bad bitch CEO. This is where you start to break free from the money shame and the self-punishment. Because if you've ever felt guilty or anxious or even ashamed after spending money or signing a client or making a big investment, you're not bad with money. You don't have money blocks. You're trying to change the fact that you reacted this way and making your reaction a bad thing that I'm just done. I don't want to feel this anymore. Instead of recognizing that it's not even about that. It's not even the same universe that that's the thing that needs to change. It's the fact that you feel like you have to fucking punish yourself that you want to change. It's the fact that you feel like a bad girl and not in a good way. Every single time success starts feeling like something that you're getting away with. The moment you have more, you start looking over your shoulder, waiting for somebody to come along and tell you that you're a piece of shit or that you don't deserve it or that good girls don't act that way. And this can really look like you thinking that you're sabotaging money. It can look like you're blocked with money, but you're not. You're punishing yourself because that pattern says that you don't get to have more without suffering first. And no matter how much you make, you still feel guilty about spending it. And this is also why you can make more and more money, but it never actually feels safe. It's why you keep making excuses not to charge more or not to invest or to expand your business because some part of you believes that you're going to have to pay for it later. This is going to cost way too much. And so that reinforces the problem and it just keeps that pattern alive. When you're making it about like, oh, I have money blocks, is why I can't charge more. or I don't think I'm worth it, right? It keeps you looking at everything that it's not. If you were raised in an environment, in a family where success or wealth or even just getting what you want came with shame and judgment and consequences, like it does, I'm sure a lot of women, probably every woman, has heard their family shame a woman who is like free, 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 free. Or the image that's coming to mind right now is like Pamela Anderson. Like a bunch of women who were jealous of this successful hot woman in the 90s. Or Dolly Parton, right? Judged, told that she needed to tone down that whole vibe if she wanted people to take her seriously. She said, No, I don't think so." Right? But this pattern is not your fault. It's literally built in. It's not even your parents' fault. It's not even your grandparents' fault. It's not even their grandparents' fault. It is a code of survival. It's how we have survived. And even though it's not your fault, it's not anybody's fault, it is your responsibility to break this cycle, to break this pattern, or it will keep ruining your life. It will keep putting a stop sign where you want to speed up. And how this plays out is that you fuck with your blocks a little bit, and then you start to feel good about making money or investing in something you love. And then out of nowhere, you're blindsided by this wave of guilt, this wave of anxiety, this flooding of shame creeps its way in. And that's when you become your own abuser. You will punish yourself. You will judge yourself. You will make yourself suffer to atone for what you just allowed yourself to have. So, no, this isn't about just fixing your money habits. It's not just about like clearing your money blocks or feeling like you deserve it. What you actually need is to stop criminalizing your own success. And you don't have to make yourself like convince yourself to feel safe with money. You have to become the version of you who doesn't make her own power a crime. A bad girl, she is going to emotionally react to feeling like I've done something wrong. I've got to punish myself by, crying or, having this this meltdown, this anxiety wave, whatever it is, and staying in that and going, oh, this is what these things that are coming up, this is what I need to fix. This is why I don't have it. She's gonna play out that whole thing and stay in the bad girl slash good girl identity pattern loop. The bad bitch CEO says, okay, and, and no guilt, no justification, no second guessing herself. Because she trusts herself to move money and to hold money and to make powerful decisions without feeling like she's going to have to pay for it later. So when you shift into this level of power around money, money stops feeling like something that can be taken from you. And it starts feeling like something that you command. It's not just about thinking different either. You can think different and have zero, absolutely zero command in your world. You also can't logic your way into it. So thinking differently doesn't work anyways. You can't logic your way into power. We have to rewire the identity that keeps pulling you into this bad girl loop unknowingly. I promise you don't realize it until it's happening. So it's not something you can like necessarily work on in advance. It's something you become aware of. And stepping into the energy and the identity where wealth moves through you without shame or guilt or over explaining yourself or needing to justify. And there's a lot of shame attached in this. I want to make sure we're talking about the shame here because when we shift this, that's when the whole paradigm comes apart. And this is what I help my clients do is not just shift the shame, but also step out of the good girl slash bad girl identity into the bad bitch CEO that you know you're meant to be. You get to take what was once a bad thing that was wrecking you and go and turn it into a superpower. We go straight into the root of the situation and into specifics. Very specific things that you're doing that you're unaware of doing in your life. And we shift it, we transform it so that you're not just understanding it, you're moving in a completely different way. And this is exactly why so many people never actually get the support that they need and instead buy into surface level solutions and quick fixes, band-aid fixes, not because they don't actually want the deeper transformation or to really fully be rid of this, but because they are protecting their shame. They think that if they go deep, it's going to hurt too much or it's going to cause too much chaos in their life. And they don't realize that the real pain is in staying stuck inside of this bad girl, good girl paradigm where you're constantly self-policing, self-punishing, waiting for the other shoe to drop, looking over your shoulder. That's the place that you keep trying to fix from inside the thing, and it doesn't work like that. Most people move in a way where it feels like I gotta protect my shame at all costs. And I want you to know that this transformation can be easy for you. When you stop protecting your shame, things fall into place for you. And ironically, at the same time, to somebody who's living in this self-punishment prison, that whole idea of things falling into place feels like a big red flashing danger sign. Because again, the good girl paradigm means ease equals cheating. But we're here to prison break that whole shit. ASAP right now so that you can finally experience everything you say you want because you start looking in the right place. You stop fucking around with all of the things that it might be and you go right to the heart of what is actually going on. Because your struggle is not random, not by a long shot. And your success is not a mystery. This is what we are going to shift together. So DM me. Let's talk about where you might want to insert yourself into my world, my one-on-one work, mastermind, dark divine, something where I can get eyeballs on exactly where you are doing this. We just had a call in Dark Divine tonight, which is what sparked this conversation in the first place. And one of my clients was having this experience that was not great. And we were able to shift it on the call. This will not happen to her again. In fact, this happened, her experience happened so that she could become aware of this. and know what to do moving forward. I'm not going to go into detail about what her situation is, but it was epic. And it makes me so happy to know that, like, this is the last time you're ever going to have that experience again. That's what having the right support does for you. You go straight to the heart of what's actually going on. So I'm sure we'll be celebrating how that played out for her very soon. I could get away with celebrating my clients a lot more. They're amazing. We've had three people in Dark Divine celebrate an $18,000 day or week. We've had people manifest money out of thin air when they didn't even have a business, make their investments back in like 2 weeks. Another woman manifested like 25K and a new car. Lots of spicy stuff happening in their relationships. Someone who hadn't made any sales for a year. We had one of the bonus one-on-one calls. She made 12 sales in like a couple days. And I mean, like the list goes on and on. There's so many insane things that happen, and that's just the tangible results, the way that people move in their life. One woman like made her blood pressure normal, like health stuff, health results, love results, relationship results, money results, all the results because it's a lifestyle upgrade. Yeah, I could definitely talk about and celebrate my clients more often. Okay, that's all. That's all I wanted to talk about. And reach out to me on Instagram if you want to have a conversation about what this looks like for you in your business, in your life. And let's make some fucking magic because that is exactly what is going to happen. That is what happens in my world. You change the game forever. You become rich as fuck with your soul work without selling out your soul in the process. Ugh, I can't wait. I'll talk to you on Instagram.